My name is Keith Nitka. I'm the Battleship Operations Manager, and I want to thank you for joining me today on this Whiskey Wednesday virtual adventure. As you can see, I'm not really dressed as I normally am, and that would be because this is the Halloween episode. If you remember from last year, I got to tell you about the encounter that I had with the spirit in 1990 back on the after missile decks. For this year, I thought, well, we'll do something along those same lines because there's lots of spirits around here to talk about. And I wanted to bring back Robert Cika. You may remember Robert from the 5-inch gun mount. Well, Robert is here working now full-time on board the ship, and he also had a encounter with a spirit specter right inside here in the 5th Division office. So we're going to go in there and talk about Robert's encounter. So follow me. So here we are inside the space that I started talking about outside, but I'm going to let Robert tell the story because, of course, it is his story. So, Robert, if you would please just walk us up through that evening. You know what was going on, and then how we actually got to your encounter.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it was about 2 in the morning. One of my shipmates had already come back from being up here and said the office was free, so I came up to write a letter home. It was a beautiful night. It was crystal clear, full moon, no clouds in the sky. It was like daylight outside in the middle of the night. So I didn't think anything about it. I come up here. I'm sitting you can see how small the space is. I come up here and I'm writing my letter home. With the space here, it being so small, you have to come in sideways. And so the movement I caught out of the corner of my eye, but it was of a sailor in the two-tone dungaree sliding through the vents here and just coming up and leaning over the door like this to our office. And so I'm sitting there writing a letter. I didn't even stop writing. I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, hey, man, I'll be done with the office in a second, and then you can have the office. I'll be out of here. Didn't say anything, so I kind of stopped. I got this really cold chill up my spine, and I kind of turned and half looked out the doorway here. And I'm looking at a sailor, but I'm looking through him at the square whiskey sign on this unit right here, through his blue dungaree shirt. And so I just kind of sat right there and stopped for a minute and thought to myself, I think I'm done with this letter. I folded it up really quick, and I got out of here as fast as I could. It was as if it was a full apparition of a sailor. He had to have been six foot at least, because he was hunched over with blonde hair and blue eyes.
Wow.
It was insane.
That's incredible.
It was.
So you folded up the letter and you left. Did you leave through him, so to speak, or did it move out of the way, or?
I just kind of walked through it.
Okay.
I was like, man, I'm done. I walked out here. I stepped through it, locked the door, and I was gone. I was out.
And it was like right here.
It was right here, hanging on the edge of the lip of the door, just looking in like, hurry up with your letter. I want to use the office.
That's incredible. Hanging like a sailor, just, get out of my way.
It was. Hurry up and get done.
Outstanding.
It was.
That's incredible. That is so cool. That really is so cool. There's so much on the battleship that, all the ships, all the museum ships, of course, but there's so much that goes on here on the battleship that you as a guest don't really get to see. You get to hear some of the stories sometimes, depending on who's talking about what. But yeah, there's so much that goes on. But we'll finish up outside where it's a little not so tight, and I'm not getting that weird feeling. So that was really cool. Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. That was an awesome story. That really is. Really looking forward to next year's story. I got some stuff lined up. Not sure which way we're going to go, but it is going to be an awesome story. But before we get there, of course, I want to tell you, or remind you actually, or let you know if you don't even know, we do overnights here on board Battleship Wisconsin, where you actually get to sleep in a sailor's bunk. I believe your berthing space is used for one of those overnight spaces. But you sleep on board the ship here. You get tours in the evening by the overnights manager and the team there, and you might actually encounter, because it has happened on overnights, you might actually encounter one of the spirits that are on board the ship. Like I was saying in there, we got lots of them. But I want to thank you again for joining us today on this Whiskey Wednesday virtual adventure. And I want to finish off with, if you leave us a comment at the bottom, who's got the better outfit? So he's armed, of course, but I'm full of the spirit here. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us today, and I look forward to speaking with you again. Happy Halloween.